Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I wanted to make a review on the new Navy Revolver that was added into Red Dead Online as part of the Moonshiners DLC. And this revolver costs $275, making it a decently fair price in comparison to a lot of the other guns in the game. It's not really that expensive. And what's notable about this revolver is that the full name of this thing would be the Colt Single Action Navy Revolver. This revolver was made in the 1850s and it's a notable Civil War revolver. It is a single action revolver, meaning that after each shot, the hammer has to be pulled back, which means that it is going to have a slower rate of fire. The gun in this game, what's notable about it is that it does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage in comparison to other guns. It makes it one of the most powerful guns in the game. So its rate of fire is kind of slow even for a single action revolver, and also its reload is kind of slow. It actually has one of the slowest reloads in the game, but that is probably due to balance out the gun, because if this gun, had a fast fire rate and also a fast reload and did a lot of damage, it could be pretty overpowered. So that's probably the reasoning for why this gun is having a slow reload and also has a slow rate of fire. Now, other things about this gun is it's not as accurate as a lot of other revolvers in the game, but what I love about this thing is that this thing just does so much damage against players and also NPCs. Now, with this revolver, I'm not really going for headshots with this thing. Occasionally, I'll go for headshots, but I've been going for a lot of body shots with this thing, because most NPCs in this game, if you have split point or express ammo, or even regular ammo at times, regular might be a few more shots, but still, it does a decent amount of damage, you're going to be killing a lot of enemies in this game in 2 to 3 shots. 2 to 3 shots, so I've stopped going for headshots with this thing. When I'm in combat against NPCs, been going for a lot of body shots, getting a lot of kills, and it's a good idea to also buy a second one just so you can dual wield it, and also have a second one in case, you have to reload the first one. I occasionally switch pistols doing that, so I get a lot of kills on enemies. Been very helpful in missions, been using it a lot. Now, how is it in comparison against players? How much damage does it do against players? I actually tested it against my friend right here, Brett. Thank you for helping me with this test, Brett. So we are going to be testing 4 ammo types. We are going to be testing regular ammo, express ammo, split point ammo, and also high velocity ammo. Regular ammo doesn't really need explaining. Split point ammo, that is regular ammo that has been converted at a campsite to do a little bit more damage. Express ammo does more damage at closer range, and high velocity rounds are better at longer range. They do more damage at longer range. Now, how do they all compare? Now, for regular and high velocity, both of them take 5 shots to kill. They both take 5 shots to kill at the chest. I took a little bit of distance with high velocity. This was a good distance that I thought was fair because you can't really get a lock on it farther range, and I chose a more realistic range for longer shots with the revolver. So regular ammo and high velocity both took 5 shots. Split point and express both take 4 shots to the chest. But the thing is, though, is express does do a little bit more damage, because if you look at my friend's health bar, his health bar is much less with express. Even though both express and split point, they took 4 shots to kill, express does do a little bit more damage on that. So at close range, this thing can really destroy people. And if you were to use hip fire with this thing on somebody, you could be just as deadly as a shotgun. So if you use hip fire against another player with this thing, you can kill them really quickly. And that's what I'm going to show right here in PvP. Because a lot of people are probably wondering, how does this thing do in PvP? You've shown us the test, you've shown us how much damage it does. Is it effective in PvP? The answer is it depends on the player. I personally think that it's a great gun in PvP. I played a lot of matches today, and I have not been killed one time by this thing. Even though this thing is a new gun, I haven't been killed one time by it. I've been killed by a lot of Lancaster repeaters, I've been killed by bolt-action rifles, been killed by pump-action shotguns, been killed by a few double-barreled shotguns, but I haven't been killed by this thing one time. So I noticed a lot of players aren't using it, and the reason that I don't think a lot of players aren't using it is because it's a revolver. It's not going to have as much range as, like, the Lancaster repeater or the bolt-action rifle, for instance, and also because a lot of people in this game, they just always go for headshots. Not everybody, but a lot of players I noticed, they always go for headshots no matter the range, and I guess, it is a tactic to some extent because headshot kills will get, you a kill much faster. If you land a perfect headshot, they will die instantly. But with this revolver, might be a little bit harder to aim at farther distances, and also the fact if you're like in a big open area, like in this area I'm right here, rifles and repeaters are gonna tear you apart. But if you're in like a tightly packed area like in Saint Denis, this revolver can excel. And what I've actually done is when I was actually getting kills with this thing, I would go for body shots. I actually got a decent amount of kills going for body shots, and when I got up close to a player and I just hip fired this thing, because if you're really close to a player and you hip fire, it will lock onto them. It's gonna do a lot of damage. It's gonna kill them really quickly. That compensates for the slow rate of fire. When you just hip fire this thing at really close range, you can get some pretty good kills on people. But overall, I think it's a great revolver, and I think that Rockstar's balanced it out with, the slow rate of fire and the slow reload. That is a con on this revolver, but I'm not really complaining because, like I said, if they made the reload really fast in this thing could turn out to be pretty overpowered. But I like the revolver. I think everybody should pick it up. It's a great revolver, very helpful in missions against NPCs. In PvP, it kind of depends on the player. If you have a lot of patience like me, go for body shots. I have that one ability card called Winning Streak, and I have it fully upgraded, and basically what Winning Streak does is each consecutive shot that I land on an enemy does even more than the last. And I also have Necessity Breeds, and I have that upgraded all the way, and what that does is the closer I get to death, the more damage I do. I combine these two, especially in PvP with this revolver, the amount of damage it does at close range, I can do pretty well with this thing. So I do think it's a great revolver. It's helped out a lot. It helps out against NPCs, and it's also helped out against players in a lot of modes. I wish more people would use it in PvP. I mean, I could be wrong, and there could be more people using it, but I played a bunch of matches today, and I haven't really noticed people using it. But also, I wanted to end with one last thing. Take a look at how this thing sounds. The sound on this thing is amazing. I just love the sound on this revolver. To sum it up, this revolver is awesome. I love the attention to detail with this thing. I love the unique sound that it makes. I love the reload animation on it. And all those sparks that the gun makes when it fires, that's actually all the black powder that's going off, because this is a black powder revolver. It's a very old revolver, one of the oldest guns in the game. But if you haven't picked up this revolver already, pick it up. It's a great revolver, and if you play Red Dead Online a lot, I think you will enjoy this gun. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, and if you're new to my channel, enjoy my content, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.